So the next one of my little side projects I've been waiting for a little while now is I'm actually going to be building a knife, one of the drop saw blade knives. Yeah, I know, not the most original thing, but it's something I've always wanted to do ever since I saw the first guy do it. So now the opportunity's come past, I've got myself a drop saw blade or two, and I'm going to get stuck into it. However, one thing I will need to do is build a forge. So as you can see here, I've got these bricks. I'm just going to make, again, one of the stock standard generic brick jobs. So I've got the proper factory bricks. They're not quite the best, you can get 28s, but 26 was all I could find on the short term. I threw one of these in my little miter cut saw to give me 2 halves, like so, and then build myself a roof, and we have the basis of the forge. I built it just big enough for a knife, some sort of meat cleaver, theorising that I can heat that area up enough. I did chop one brick in half because I only got 6, and I do want to be able to close off a door at the back. I might build a shelf for it yet, sit like that, but we'll see what happens. Now, just a stack of bricks there ain't really the most creative forge, so what I did get, went down a local scrapyard, had a bunch of this plate. As you can see, I got a stack there. I got 6 lengths for 20 bucks, which was pretty good. So I'm going to clean this up, give it a blast and whatever, and I'm going to encase the whole lot in metal just to rigidify it, make sure if the bricks do crack or not, they're going to hold together. And what I'm also going to do is potentially ram a screw or 2 into the bricks. I'll do some testing first to see whether they're going to work, but I'll pilot drill, just to hold it together while I roll it around and encase this. I'll probably cut a couple strips for the front like that, keeping the door well open. A couple strips around the back. Bob's your uncle, she's done. So a little bit of disaster struck while I was welding this up and doing all this final work. I don't know when, but my memory card was full, so I was filming away and I caught nothing. But pretty much you can see I finished welding it out. Then I tacked on some rebar just for legs, just to keep it elevated. Not sure how good these are going to be at insulating. They're supposed to be able to touch while it's going, but I don't know. I'll probably have it on the workbench while I do it anyway, but this is just in case it won't get too hot. I made this little piece, trimmed it up so I can sit in the back as a door. Pretty easy. If that doesn't work, I'll make a shelf on the back so I can fit the whole rest of the brick there. I haven't fired it up yet. Put a hole in the side, just normal drill bit, so the burner sits in there. I've only got this one burner, it's the burner I already had, but Aldi does have a couple on special at the moment, so I might pick up 2 more and chuck them in this side. I don't know if it needs 3, that might be overkill. 1 might be just not enough, I'm not sure at the moment. After I made the rings around the whole lot, I then went ahead and just put a couple plates on top of the rings to hold the whole lot together. The sides are just left open, that's where I put my 1 burner point. I can still put burner points in the side and plug that hole up if I want to, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. But I will fire it up. I got a test piece. I'm pretty sure the heat should be pretty localized. I mean, I'll have to do some experimenting how much I have to move it around in there to actually get the whole thing hot. I might have to experiment with door here in some way, shape or form. I'm not sure. Maybe a plate, like a bit of angle along here to rest a longer piece on, depending on what I'm making. But at the moment, I pretty much build this just because I want to have a go at making a knife. I don't see myself becoming a knife maker in any way, shape or form, but I want to have a go, and if I like that, I might want to have another go, and if I like that, I might have another go. I might make one and just be like, done with it. But we'll fire it up. Not sure how much gas it's got. I really hope I've got enough for a maiden voyage, you know. Show it off. We'll see how red hot we can get this. The old test piece, and yeah, we'll see what happens. This is very hot now. Slice off one of the blades I'm going to be using. Now let's clean that edge up so I can remember what edge I'm going to be heating up. I'm going to heat up that half, get it glowing red hot, and then I'm going to quench it. I'm going to check to see whether it's hard. Right at the moment, it is quite hard. But we'll go through, we'll see how hard we can get it. See whether it really skates off it, and pretty much if we can get it so brittle that it snaps, so we know we're actually doing something. In she goes, on she goes. So as you can see this time, I brought the magnet out, I waited till it wasn't sticky. Interesting, as it got hot, just touching the carbide tip there on something hard, popped it out. So like I loosened up the laser weld or friction weld, or, well, it won't be friction weld, but however the hell they weld it. Fusion weld, the carbide tips in there somehow. Oh, that's extremely hard. So this side's already hard, but this side's hard as hell. So now I've got the vice jaws. So because we haven't tempered this now, this should be brittle as. So yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Just snaps clean. Whereas this other half, so we know where it's working. Just so there we have it. I built the forge. Took me maybe, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours. I welded a lot more than I needed to, but once I start welding, I like just to keep going. Quick, easy, quite a fun little project really, just to slap together. I think I'm gonna try and pick up 2 more burners, chuck them on either this side on different angles or alternating sides there, and just really help me spread out the heat. The main problem I feel is, say if I've got a blade this long, we'll be spreading the heat out evenly before I quench it. I've only quenched in water. I only did a couple practice runs, so I'm pretty sure I'll get better results when I move up to oil and, you know, practice. I'm learning as I'm going, you know. It's not the most original forge concept. There's a lot of others out there, so, you know, pick and choose as you want. This is one I made. Seems to be working pretty good, so I'm pretty excited about it. And can't wait to get out there and start cranking out a couple of knives. So let me know what you think. What I do wrong. Surely I did something wrong, you know. But apart from that, the only improvements I can think of is I might whack on a little shelf, as I said, on the front for resting things on, and the back for different doors. And I suppose if I had another shelf on the front, I could partially block off the window as needed for, you know, getting better heat dispersion, really heating up the chamber or something like that. Anyway, let us know what you think. Nifty little build. Not above anyone's capabilities to knock out over the weekend. You know, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And pretty cheap. Bricks are a couple bucks each. Scrap steel. All this scrap steel cost me, well, I got triple the amount I needed for 20 bucks from the scrapyard. So I guess you could say it's 10 bucks worth of scrap steel, you know, but you can build it out of anything. You know, it doesn't need to have a full and cave top. I just did that because that's what I had. It was the easiest way. Didn't have to chop much up, you know. It's all up to you guys. Let me know what you think. So now I've got this done, I will be using the rest of this, and I've got another whole blade. I might make a few knives. I think I've got most of the stuff I need now around the joint, so let me know what you think. If you're interested, jump on. I might make a little playlist for this. You know, I'm not going to be a knife making channel, so if that's what you're really into, yeah. If you're not into it, don't worry. Don't leave me, you know, like, this is just one little project, one little look into it, so yeah. Let me know what you reckon.